So in this video, I thought I would just show you 2 ways how I make my beats. I have a different couple ways of how I do it. I thought it would be cool to just show you guys how I do that briefly in a short video. So the first way that I make beats is I grab a sample that's usually off YouTube. There's certain places that I go on YouTube to find samples. I usually use soul samples. The first way that I do this is I pull it up into Slice X. I just find chops that sound good. So forth and so on. I usually pitch it up 400 cents. It doesn't pitch up in Slice X, it pitches up when you play it. Once you pull up this is when the pitch is affected. So as you can hear, the pitch has gone up 400 cents. If you just take random chops, it's not going to be on beat. It might sound off, it might not sound like the way that it's supposed to be structured. So when I'm making it this way, when I'm sampling this way, I'll find samples that don't have any drums, or the drums are minimal. So if I'm finding a sample like this, the drums will be less, and that way I can just find nice chops to then make the beat. Another advantage for me why I chop this way is because it's not just the loop that I've taken from a sample and then changed a little bit and added my own drums to it. It's like I can really get detailed with the chops, and I can get it sounding almost nothing like the original sample if that's the way that I want to go with the sample. So an example of that would be that's just chopped up samples that I've put together in a way that sounds nice. That's all I'm doing really. The other way that I make beats is I look for loops in the sample, like something that plays and once it goes back to the beginning, you won't be able to tell it's seamless. It just keeps looping like that, and that's what I look for in the sample. So it can have drums, it can have whatever, and then I can manipulate it from that point onward. Like this one, I started working on this one last night. It's kind of like chill lo-fi-ish, and I was looking through samples and I found like this really cool loop, and I was like, yeah, I could work with that. So I took this cut here, and then from there I pretty much just EQ'd out what I didn't want. A little bit of the high end. I tried to get a lot of the kick that was out of there, but leave their bass in. I tried to do my best with. But once I add my own drums, it actually sounds alright. And then I made another chop from the sample to add to the end of that, which sounds like this. And yeah, so I'm just going to continue going through the sample to look for other cuts that I can sort of make more of a beat out of. So I've cut up these samples now, and I'm just going to try and make more of a beat out of what I already have.
5 minutes later. 6.5 hours later.
So I took out some of the drums that go in the middle of the first bit, just to give it like a little like halfway through drop kind of a thing. I added some toms to the end of the first bit, which then goes into the bridge type bit. I put some little rim shot snares in the second half of the last bit as well. Just going to finish this video with playing you the beat. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Doing anything just to get you off of my mind.